Hello and welcome back. In this video we will learn about arrays. An array is a special variable which can hold more than one values. So let's open the text editor, and here we have this folder, and inside this folder I am creating a new file with the name of 01-array.js, and in this file I am creating a simple array. So to use an array we need to use a variable keyword to define a variable. Then let's say I have a students list, so I have the student's name, which is a variable name, and then equal to, and after that we have this square bracket, and in the square brackets we can define values. Let's say Ali, comma, Usman, comma, John, comma, Jacob, comma, Wajid, and it with semicolon, and that's fine. Now if I use console.log and simply use students here and it with semicolon and run the code. Currently we are in a practice folder, so we need to go inside this folder. So I am using cd change directory 04-data structures, hit enter, and I am now inside this folder. Now I will simply use node, and here we have a file name is 01-array.js, 01-array.js. hit enter, and you can see it's showing Ali, Usman, John, Jacob, Wajid. This is the first way of defining array. We have another way of defining arrays. Let's comment it, and after that let's use another variable with the name of, let's say, employees. And after that we need to specify new keyword and then array, and here I will simply use, let's copy these values, copy it and simply paste it. Let's end it with semicolon and simply use console.log, and here I am using employees, and it with semicolon, and let's save it and rerun the code, and you can see it's Ali, Usman, John, Jacob. Let's use Walid. Let's save it and rerun the code. Now you can see Walid, Usman, John, Jacob, Wajid. So both ways are correct. You can use any of them. We have different arrays function. Let's say you want to check the length of the arrays, so we have a function, and this is the array, and after that let's use dot, and we have a lot of functions to use with arrays. Here is a lot of functions, you can use any of them. So let's use length. Let's save it, and it will tell us the length of the arrays is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But keep in mind, array index start from 0. So if I talk about array index, so 0 index, 1 index, 2 index, 3 index, 4 index, but length is 5. So if I access this value only, if I want to access this value only, so the index of this value is 1, 0 and 1. So I will use here employees, and then simply I will use 1. And if I save it, so it will show us Usman only. You can see it. You can even update this value. Let's say here I am updating the value of Usman, so I'm using employees 1, and simply if I change this value Usman to Khalid, and it with semicolon, and simply copy it and paste it again, so we will see Usman first time and then Khalid second time. You can see this. So if I print all values, you will see the difference in more understandable way, so you can see this. Now it's not compulsory to use same type of data in arrays. You can use different types of data. Let's say I am using student name and student class. Let's say it's 5th semester. Let's say it's BSIT, semester is 5th, marks is 90, and this student is eligible for scholarship or not. Let's use true. Let's comment it all and simply use this. And if I simply rerun the code, you can see different types of data. Now if you want to delete this value, so we have another function pop, and let's copy it and paste it here, and if I save it and rerun the code, you will see it. You can see we have 5 values here, and after popping the value we have 4 values, so last value is automatically deleted. We have another functions, shift and unshift. Let's use unshift, and it will add up basically new value. Let's say I want to add ID here, and if I use it here and rerun, you will see Ali BSIT 5th 90 true. Then we have removed the last value using pop function. After that we have added one value just before the Ali, and if I use shift, we can delete this first value. Let's save it and let's print this, copy it, paste it, let's save it and rerun the code. Let's remove this. Let's clear the terminal and run node array1, and you can see this. So shift function delete the first value from array. So I hope you have clear understanding of arrays. So keep learning. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the very next video. Hello and welcome back. In this video we will learn about how you can use array fill and array filter method. So let's open a text editor. I have created this file 02-fill and filter.js. So let's consider example. Let's say I have a array with the name of my numbers, and in numbers I have few random values. I have 8 to 10 values. Let's use 10 values. Now if I use console.log and simply use my numbers and end it semicolon and simply run this file, it will show us array values. Now we have a very fantastic array method which is fill, and if I use 1 here, so basically what it will do, it will fill all values with 1. So let's save it and run the code, and you can see it's filled with 1. And if I use here hello world, let's save it and rerun the code, and you can see it's filled with hello world. Now let's add few parameters. Let's say I want to start from here and fill all values, all remaining values. So let's use 2, and if I save it and run the code again, you can see it's skipped 2 values, first 2 values, and filled remaining values. What if I want to start from here and end it here? So let's count the index of these values 0 1 2 3 4 5 6. Now I have another parameter. I can pass another parameter. Let's pass 6. Let's save it and rerun the code, and now it start from here and end it here, and it's again starting from here. Now keep in mind our starting value is inclusive. What is mean by inclusive? If I specify 2, so it will fill from these values. Now I am specifying the index of this value, so it's filled just before this value. It's filled till 94. You can see. So if I use 7, so it will filled till 36. So let's use 7, save it and rerun the code, and you can see it. Now let's comment it and let's start with filter. So let's create a function. Let's say I want to check, I want to get the values. Let's create a function. Let's say I want to access the values that is greater than 18. So let's make a function with the name of check age. Here I will pass age, and simply here I will return age greater than or equal to 18. And here I can simply use console.log, and here I will simply use my numbers.filter, and in filter I will simply pass check age. Please keep in mind I am not using a round bracket of function. I'm just referring the function. Let's end it with semicolon. Let's save it, and if I run this, so it will return the values that will be greater than 18. Let's save it and run this code, and you can see 38, 94, 36, 85, 25 and 24. If I change it to less than 18, so it will return the values which will be less than 18. So I hope you can play with these functions. So keep learning. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the very next video. Hello and welcome back. In this video we will learn about slice and splice arrays method. So let's get started. Let's create another file with the name of slice and splice.js. Now let's copy this array, paste it here. Now let's say I want to get only these two values, so we can use console.log, and here we have this my numbers array, and we can use slice. In slice we can specify, let's say I want to get these two values, so the index of this value is 1, and I want to access just before this index, which is 3. So I will specify 1 and 3, so it will give me these two values. Let's end it with semicolon, and if I run this file, let's rename this and change it to slice and splice.js, and you can let's save it and rerun the code. Let's rename it and give 03 dash. Now let's run it, and you can see 1 and 7 and 9. Now if I want from 7 to 38, so we need to specify 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's change it to 5, save it and simply rerun this code, and you can see it. Let's comment it, and now we have another awesome function which is splice. Let's say I want to remove these two values and add any other value. So we have console.log, and we have a function splice, and in the splice I will specify the index. Let's say I want to delete these three values, so I will use 1 because the index of this value is 1. Then I will count the values 1, 2, 3, and I want to remove 3 values, total 3 values. After that I will only add, let's say, hello. Now if I end it with semicolon, save it and rerun the code, so you can see only giving us these values 7, 9, 15. Now instead of using because we are splicing here, so let's remove this console dot log and simply use here console dot log and use my numbers here. Let's end it with semicolon, save it and rerun the code, and you can see it. You can see we have 3, then we have hello, and then our array is starting from this value. You can add as much as values. Let's say hello word, hello is first value and second value is word. Let's save it and rerun the code. You can see 3 hello word, and then our array is starting from 38. So in this way you can use slice and splice methods. So I hope you have clear understanding of these methods. So keep learning. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the very next video. Hello and welcome back. In this video we will learn about JavaScript object. In JavaScript, objects are king. If you understand objects, you understand JavaScript. In JavaScript, almost everything is an object. Boolean can be object if you define it with a new keyword. Numbers can be objects if you define with a new keyword. Strings can be objects if you defined it with a new keyword. Dates are always objects, and so on. Now to understand it more better, if I talk about variables, so variables can contain single value. Objects are also variables, but objects can contain many values. Objects values are written as name key value pair. So let's understand it with an example. So open the text editor and create a new file here with the name of object.js. Now let's say if I talk about user, so let's define a user variable, and now to use object I need to use curly bracket, and here we will use key value pair. Let's say first name, then colon, and here I will specify value. Let's say Mahmood, comma, then last name, colon, and then Khalil, comma, skill, full stack web development, comma, is active. You can specify other data types. Let's say Boolean, age, let's say 30. That's enough for this example. So this is an object. Now how you can access it? So simply let's use console.log, and here if I simply pass user and run this code, let's go to the 04 data structures directory, and in data structure directory I have, let's rename it and change it to 04 dash, and now 04 dash object.js. Let's save it and rerun this file again. It's showing us error. Let's change it to objects. Let's save it and okay, fine. Let's comment it, save it and rerun the code. Okay, fine. It's still showing us an error, so maybe we are making some mistake. Let's create a new terminal, and here I am in the practice folder. Let's change the directory 04 dash data dash structures, and now if I run 01, okay, I'm not using node, so let's use node 04 dash objects.js. It's showing nothing. Let's uncomment it and simply save it and rerun the code, and now you can see we have this output. If you want to access a specific value, let's say I want to, if I simply use dot, we can access all values. Let's say I want to access the value of first name. So simply I rerun the code and you can see it's showing Mahmood. You can also use here, and here simply use first name, and if I run this code you can see it's showing Mahmood. Let's save it and rerun the code. Here it is. Now instead of using log you can use table. Let's use table and simply rerun the code, and here we have this output in table form. So that's for now. I hope you have clear understanding of object. So keep learning. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the very next video. Hello and welcome back. In this video we will learn about how we can use methods in object. Yes, we can assign, we can declare functions in object. So let's open our text editor, and this is the previous example, so let's continue from this example. So here let's say I want to define a function with the name of get user info. Now here I will simply use function, and after that there will be no name of this function. Simply I will use round bracket and then curly bracket, and here I will simply define, let's say, return, and let's use backtick, and here I am using $sign, and here I am using this dot first name full user access. Let's end it with semicolon, that's fine. Now if I simply use log, save it and simply rerun the code, you can see we are getting this get user info function. We are simply getting this function. To call this function we need to use dot, and here we will simply use get user info round bracket, and if I save it and rerun this code you can see Mahmood have full user access. You can also use parameterize function here. So let's use here role, and here I'm using and your role is I am simply using string interpolation, and simply I am using a role. I'm using this keyword here, it's mean I'm reffing this current user. So here I will simply let's say I will post here super admin, save it, and if I rerun this code you can see Mahmood have full user access, and your role is super admin. My mistake. Instead of having, we will that has is the correct word. So Mahmood has full user access, and let's use his role, and his role is super admin. So I hope you have clear understanding of how you can use function in objects. So keep learning. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the very next video.